In this video, I'll be discussing a powerful communication technique known as the 7-38-55 rule. Having gone to school for communications and marketing, I picked up a few things on how to communicate more powerfully, and that's what I'm going to share with you guys today. I grew up as a really shy kid that was just always really timid and afraid to talk to people in general, but after applying this rule, it has helped me tremendously on getting my point across, looking more confident, and just overall communicating more effectively. Simply put, the 7-38-55 rule is a theory that suggests that communication is made up of three components: words, tone of voice, and body language. And according to the rule, this component makes up 7, 38, and 55% of communication. Now you may be thinking that words are the most important part of communication. After all, isn't that what we're taught in school, how to talk? But the reality is, words only make up a small portion of what we're actually communicating to people. The tone of our voice and our body language are equally as important, if not more important. In fact, research shows that nonverbal communication can have a greater impact on how our message is received than the actual words used. So if you want to communicate powerfully, you need to pay attention to more than just the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Now, I know communicating effectively can be easier said than done, especially if you're a shy kid like I used to be. It can be really frustrating when you feel like people aren't understanding you or you're unable to get your point across. But by learning how to effectively use all three components of communication, we can avoid all that. So how can we apply the 7-38-55 rule into our daily lives? First is to pay attention to your body language. Make eye contact, stand up straight, and avoid crossing your hands. Practice speaking in more calm and soothing tones of your voice instead of very assertive ones. Pay attention to how people respond to each tone and then adjust accordingly. Use visual aids when possible. A lot of times when I'm making these YouTube videos, I include a lot of B-roll to engage the audience and allow them to really fully understand the message I'm trying to convey and allow them to be more engaged. These small changes can make a massive difference on how you're perceived by others. If you're wondering if these actually work, the answer is yes. Studies have shown that people who use a variety of nonverbal cues when communicating are perceived as more persuasive, competent, and likable. I remember once in college, I was giving a presentation to class and I prepared, but when I got up there, I completely bombed. I was really tense, I wasn't making eye contact with people, and it did not go well. And after experiencing that, I realized that I needed to work more on my nonverbal communication skills. I started practicing in front of the mirror, making sure that I was standing up straight, that I was making eye contact, and that I looked confident. I also practiced using a different tone of voice, and I found that using a more calming approach was better received by my classmates. But this role is more than just body language and tone of voice. It's also just important to listen actively. Effective communication is a two-way street. So you really want to make sure that you are actually listening to what the other person is saying. Ask questions, repeat back what they said, and overall just show your interest in that you are engaged in the conversation. Remember that effective communication is not just what you say, but it's how you say it. So next time you feel frustrated or you're just unsure about how to communicate with someone, give this rule a try. Take a deep breath, stand up straight, and use the correct tone of voice to get your message across. This is going to take some practice, but with time, you can become a better communicator. And who knows, you might be surprised on just how effective and good of a communicator you actually are. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe and share it with someone that you think could benefit from using this rule. Please check out this next video coming up, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.